Before you jump, mate, I just want to let you know that 76% of people who jump off this bungee jump die. Do you still jump? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ewan, and on this channel we talk about personal finance, investing, and what makes successful people tick. And today we'll be talking about Trading 212 and what account that you should be using. And I will be showing you which ones I use and why. Right off the bat, if you want a quick answer, I'm using the ISA account, but I will explain that more later. And I'm hoping that the rest of the video will give you some value for the new traders / investors out there. But before we get into that, I just want to make sure that you know that I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a random dude on the internet with a questionable fashion sense. And you need to do your own research before investing your capital. So we'll start with the CFD account on Trading 212, and this stands for Contract for Difference. So this account allows you to invest / bet, if you don't know what you're doing, on whether an instrument will go up in value or down in value. These instruments include guitars, pianos, drum, I'm joking of course. So the instruments you can invest in are all the companies that are also on the other side. So the Invest account and the ISA account, you can invest in those, and you can also invest in foreign exchange, which is known as Forex, commodities, which is gold or silver or something similar, and or indices. So the main difference between the CFD versus the Invest / ISA account is that you don't actually own the underlying asset. And the reason for this is you're essentially betting on whether the price will go up or down, rather than actually owning the asset. But this is the reason that you can make a lot more money doing this. And in the Invest / ISA account, you do actually own the asset when you buy it. So if you buy an ETF, you own one unit of that ETF, or if you buy a company share, then you own that company share. So the reason you might choose to use the CFD or the Contract for Difference account on Trading 212 is that you want to make a profit really quickly. The way you can do this is by using the power of leverage. Leverage allows traders, and I say traders because I don't believe that this is true investing, but that's just my opinion. So it allows traders to put up a small amount of capital because you don't actually need to purchase the asset. And the power of leverage means that you can take that small amount and it will be multiplied, because Trading 212 will essentially loan you that multiplication of your capital. This allows you to potentially 10x, 20x, 30x your original investment and make short, fast gains. However, Trading 212 shows you this message when you're setting up your account. Before I show you the message, I just want you to hit that big red button and that thumbs up so that we can be friends and I can continue with the video. So here is the warning. CFDs are complex instruments and come with a high risk of losing money rapidly due to leverage. 76% of retail investors lose money when trading CFDs with this provider. You should consider whether you understand how CFDs work and whether you can afford to take the high risk of losing your money. And this is why I do not trade CFDs, because although you can 10x your money, you can also 10x your losses due to the leverage. And I don't want to see my money go down the drain like that. I'd rather keep it in a safer place and make money that way. And I do get why people would want to use this strategy, and I've had a few discussions with people in the comments and on my IG about why they want to use this strategy rather than my long-term strategy, and I totally get that and understand. However, this is just my opinion, and I just want to share my thoughts through this story that I've just made up. So let me set the scene. Imagine that you are going traveling. Forget all the stuff that's happening at the moment, but imagine you're going traveling and you are traveling the world and you end up in New Zealand and you're searching for hobbits and you're just strolling around and you find your way to Queenstown. Now, Queenstown is a lovely place. This is where they invented bungee jumping. So bear in mind, you've never been to this place before. You don't know what bungee jumping is and you don't really know how it works. So you go up anyway because you are finding yourself on this trip and you want to see what the hype is about. So you're at the top of the bungee jump, you're all set to go and you're looking over the top of the edge and the instructor comes over and says this. Before you jump, mate, I just want to let you know that 76% of people who jump off this bungee jump die. Do you still jump? Of course you don't. But if you would say yes, then let me know in the comments so I can find out which one of you are cuckoo. Your brain is programmed to prevent you from death. and prevent you from injuring yourself. So why is it not the same when it comes to money? Because it's not trained to do that. You're not trained to prevent yourself from losing money. You're not trained to avoid risks that are unnecessary. You just see the green spike and the graphs that go like this. So that is why I'm here to try and ingrain it into your brain that you don't need to go after that. You can go for the long term and take risks where necessary, but not over the top. Going back to investing, I personally am not going to lend myself to that higher risk because I would not jump, I'm scared of heights. Anyway, that's why I use the invest/ISA section. So the major difference when it comes to these accounts is that if you invest £100, you can only lose £100, which is obviously different to the CFDs, where if you invested £100, you could lose £200, which unnecessary risk, as I've already said. However, there's not really much difference between the ISA and the invest account. They are pretty much the same in terms of functionality. The only difference is the tax-free savings. But just to warn you, you can only open one stocks and shares ISA with one provider each financial year, and you can only ever pay in one stocks and shares ISA a year. So if you've already got one open now and you've opened it since April, then I'm afraid you can't use this section and you'll have to use the invest section, but that's just a pre-warning. And so if this is not the case and you don't have an ISA, then you are free to open this and free to get the benefit. So with the ISA account, you can invest 20 grand a year and all of your profits and all of your dividends are tax-free. So that is amazing. This is the reason that I am using this account, because I've only got one open and I'm not going to meet the threshold of £20,000 a year. I don't need to use another investment account. So that's the only reason you would use the invest account, is if you have maxed out your ISA or you've got an ISA with another company. So that's the only reason you would use the invest. If not, please, please, please use the ISA so that you can get these tax-free benefits. I don't think there's too much else to say about the ISA/invest accounts. However, if I have missed something, then just let me know in the comment. In conclusion, stick with the ISA, that's what I'm using, and stay well clear of the CFD part. You can make your own choices, but this is just my opinion. I'm hoping that story has convinced you not to do it, because I don't want you losing your money. I don't want to be responsible for 76% of my audience losing their money, because that wouldn't be good. I'm trying to help you build your wealth and create more money, so that would go against everything that I'm trying to put out on this channel, and hopefully that is admirable and you appreciate that. However, if you do have a go with the CFD accounts, please let me know, because it would be interesting to see your results. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it was informative and of value to you. And if it was, then please like, subscribe, and comment. As always, I'm not a millionaire, but I'm trying to help you become one. So, peace.